What is up, you beautiful, beautiful people? I hope everybody's doing well today. I've got something extremely special here, and I'm actually going to film this kind of as a two-parter because, well, I want to unbox the damn thing. I want to carry it. I want to play with it. I want to see it. But I don't want to have to keep putting it in and out of its package and all this mess. So if you're on my Instagram and Facebook, you've already seen it unboxed to an extent. So I did package it back up so I could do this video. So this is not my first time seeing this knife. This is not my first time playing with this knife. But I am absolutely elated and blown away, and just it's gorgeous. So what we have here is a custom from a, I'm just going to call him a legend. At this point, I believe he is a legend in the South African custom knife genre, if you want to call it that. You definitely check him out. He's on Instagram. He's got a channel here on YouTube. I'm going to pin everything down in the description. So definitely check him out. It's Ericus Blommerus. And I think I said that right, or it might be Erucus. I can't remember exactly. Yeah, I want to say it's Erucus. It's Erucus Blommerus. And this is his HB15, also known as the Rhino. So we are going to check this thing out together. Beautiful leather case with a strap closure. Very elegant looking. And so inside you have the knife that comes in a pouch that also has his knives on it. So that one right there is one I have a feeling if I can ever actually buy one of his knives, will be the one that I buy. I love that blade shape. Anyway, we'll get to the knife here in just a moment. So inside also you have a microfiber and a certificate of authenticity, or a certificate of origin as they call it, and get the leather dust off of it there. So there you have his name, his website. Again, all of that will be down in the description below. Beautiful microfiber, really soft. And then you have the certificate. So here on this side, and it's all shiny, you have one of his beautiful custom knives. And then on the back side, you have the information. So it is the HB15 Bowler M390. It has zirconium bolsters, fat carbon scales, and it has zirconium collar, pivot, and a titanium belt clip. And then there's some other information in there that I'm going to go over with you guys. So this is one of them knives where you kind of want to have, the white glove treatment. But I don't have any white gloves. I guess I could do a blue glove treatment. You know what? Let me pause. I'm going to put on some gloves just so I'm not fingerprinting this thing to death real quick. All right, give me just a second. All right, so now we are back. So it turns out I actually have black gloves, not blue gloves. I couldn't remember what color they are. They're a little small, but, they're all right. I was able to get them on. So there is the first little peek at this absolute work of art. So this is the Erucus Blommerus HB15. So we have, and I'm going to zoom in here. I will go ahead and, before I zoom in, I will go ahead and say there is a couple of scratches on the opposing side bolster. I think there might be one more up here. So they're nothing crazy, and from what I understand, this blacked out Zerk can scratch really easily. I just wanted to make sure you guys knew that, and I'll go into the information on the knife itself, how it came to be, and everything here in just a little bit as well. So we'll go into our zoom here. So here is the beautiful Zerk bolsters, and then you have the flamed zirconium there on the pivot collar, and then the zirconium screws as well. All of your hardware, I believe, is zirconium. Or they may be titanium and just anodized. I can't quite tell. And then you have the White Storm carbon fiber. And then look at that. Just wow. So you have full titanium liners. And then the back spacer is made from the same piece of carbon fiber. All right, so you have the full anodized titanium, that beautiful blue anodized titanium, and then you have the circle jimping there on the back spacer there, which is just, I mean, it's purely aesthetic, but it is gorgeous. And then you're around here, and then there's your bolsters. And here's something I want everybody to see. So this is absolutely insane. You have just perfect lineup on everything. Like the fit that is right there, like there is zero gapping, there is no overhang. Like it is just perfectly done. Absolute work of art. And then you have the beautiful jimping. You have perfect jimping there on the flipper tab, and then you have a little bit of a kind of a stylized center point there in the flipper tab. And then here on the pocket clip, again, you have the titanium. It's kind of an oil slick titanium pocket clip. And then your bolsters on this side, and there's that scratch I was talking about. No big deal. A little bit of scratch there. This knife is going to get carried and loved, and I can't wait. So anyway, let's go ahead and check out this gorgeous blade. So it is almost a high polish. I guess I would call it a high polished satin blade. It's not completely mirror polished, but it is a high polish. And there you see the HB logo for his knives, and then it does run on IKBS bearing systems, which, from what I understand, a lot of the companies use that, or a lot of the custom makers in South Africa use those bearings. So I wanted to set it down here so it could focus a little bit better, because the lighting is great for some things and terrible for others. Let's see if I can build that down a little bit. There we go. Okay, there we go. That's a little bit better for you guys. So just absolutely beautiful, beautiful blade. Again, this is Bowler M390. And beautiful grind there as well. Very well done grind. Alright, let's go ahead and zoom this thing back out. Surprised my phone's working with gloves on. That's actually kind of impressive. So, again, I know I said I was going to do this in 2 parts, but I ended up just doing it all at once. And I absolutely love this thing. I mean, just listen to this action. Absolutely, absolutely amazing. So the story behind this blade is I want it. And I can't believe it. It's just, I'm absolutely blown away. So there was a giveaway slash charity drive. I don't know what you'd want to call it. So a guy in our knife community, his son has leukemia and was needing bone marrow transplant. And so we did it, I think it was started off with Aurora Knife and Tool. I think he may have been kind of one of the head guys doing it, and doing a drive to try to get a lot of people to register for bone marrow transplant and things of that nature. And that's one of the few things I hadn't registered to be an organ donor, all of that stuff, but I hadn't done registry for bone marrow. And so, I jumped on it, especially to help out a kid. Cancer sucks. It just, it's touched everybody's lives. It's touched my life more than I care for it to. But, anyway, there were a lot of people that said they were going to sign up, and there weren't a ton of people that did sign up. As far as I know, there was a match found. I think the match was even found right before the drive started, but then you wanted to do the drive again just to make sure to get more awareness out there, to get more people out there, more matches found. So absolutely beautiful thing. And there were 20 some odd makers or companies that donated prizes to this, and Heracus was one of them. And I was lucky enough to get drawn for this beautiful, again, this freaking work of art is what it is. It is perfect in the hand. The edges aren't rounded off. All these things that I thought would would kind of be an issue when I first saw it. It's not. It just works in the hand. It feels great in the hand, and you do have kind of a choke up point there, kind of do a trigger grip there on that choke up point. Just an absolute beautiful, beautiful, beautiful knife. Amazing action. Just glass smooth. I mean, just doesn't get any better than that. I cannot tell you guys how blown away I am with this thing. There's really not a whole heck of a lot to say about it. I can't do a weight on it because I don't have access to my scale right now. The lengths on it, I don't think it has any information, but just in case you were ever wondering, so it is right at a little under 3¼ inch cutting edge, probably right at a 3.5 to 4 inch blade, depending on where you measure it. If you measure it from tip to flipper, it's 4 inches. From tip to bolster, it's just under 3.5, and then total length is right at 8 inches. It is a fairly hefty knife. That is a really thick blade, and then it has fairly thick titanium liners, and then a fairly thick, the zirconium is almost as thick, the zirconium bolsters and everything. Again, it's just some pretty hefty blade stock as well. But you will see this in my carry rotation. You will see this around. They are not cheap knives. I would probably never be able to own one outside of winning one. So I am, again, blessed and honored to be a part of, this family of owners from Erucus, and I'm incredibly happy with it. I'm almost kind of speechless. One thing I did want to point out, I don't know how well you'll be able to see it, but with the blade open here, let me zoom back in. This will be the last thing I show you guys, and I'll get off here. But if you see the inside of the titanium there, let me get less light. There we go. So he does a swirl pattern on the inside of his knives. So even attention to detail is insane. Even the inside of the blade, or inside of the liners, is done with a swirl pattern before he anodizes them. Or after he anodizes. I don't know how it works, but just absolutely insane. Just crazy. Look at, there you go. You can really see it really well there. So, and again, that's beautiful pivot collar as well. So guys, I really appreciate you taking the time to sit and watch this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And again, to everyone involved in this, this drive to help out Emmett, thank you so much, everyone involved in giving prizes. Thank you again. And again, huge thank you to Erucus for entering in such an amazing work of art. Again, I appreciate it. As always, folks, be kind, be humble, be EDC, and we'll catch you on the next one.